Hey, we got to talking so much we just about missed the entrance to the show. So sorry we're late, but here we are. Go ahead and bring in John, Dan, and Rich. How are you guys doing tonight?
Terrible. I'm
Oh,
going to bed. See y'all later.
uh,
It's been a day.
Yeah, I
uh,
heard. How are they? How are the puppers doing?
Um, they're they're looking like they ran a marathon. Um, Bucky's laying in the pen. Bella's laying in a box that we had sitting out that we have like blankets in for them to lay in and stuff like that. So um, they're not begging for food as we were eating, which is weird for them. Um, can't get them to take the Benadryl. We're trying every so often to see if they are willing to do that yet, and they're not. So um, they're breathing much better than they were. They're just very lethargic, but they got stung enough times that I would be on my ass.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not talking pound for pound. I'm talking the number of times they got stung. If those bees stung me instead, just one of the dogs, I
Yeah.
would be on my ass.
Oh,
So
and they're little bastards too. It's a wonder. Did they run to y'all or what?
well, we were at Dad's house. We had them chained outside so that they could
Yeah.
go in the grass and go potty and stuff like that. We had just given them a big bowl of water, and I think what happened is they were ground
Oh,
dwelling
sorry,
yellow
sorry, sorry.
jackets.
Yeah, I'm trying to clear up something. Yeah.
They were ground dwelling yellow jackets, and I
Oh.
think the dog knocked the bowl of water over because there was a big puddle of water, and I think it got down in there, excited the hornets. They came out and just started stinging the dogs. And I'm like, why are they whining? So I had my youngest go look, and they were just being swarmed. So my sister and I ran out there. I was trying to swat them away with my cap, and my sister was running to get vases of water to throw on the dogs to try to get the yellow jackets off, and
Mm.
got up in the house, and I'm holding the dogs as my sister's pulling yellow jackets out of the fur because they're trying to burrow into the dog's fur so that they can actually get to sting them. Um, I thought we were going to lose Bucky. My sister was holding Bucky, and she said he stopped breathing, and then she handed him off to me, and he started breathing again. So, but they're much more active than they were shortly after being stung. So they're slowly coming back somewhat, um, but they're still having issues with blood in their waist and stuff like that. So
Well,
yeah.
well, Yellow Jacket Venom's got a kick to it, and
yeah,
them are little dogs, so they're going to be feeling this for quite a few days.
yeah.
Yep.
Now we were looking online, and it's 20 stings per kilogram of dog is where you're getting to the lethal limit. And we're thinking they were probably stung about 40 to 50 times or so. So with their weight, that means 70 stings is about sorry, not 70. Um, um, yeah, 70 stings for their weight would be the lethal limit. Um, but they're seeming to feel a little bit better bit by bit. Um, but we're gonna keep getting up in the middle of the night and checking on them, making sure they're okay, and we'll see how they're doing in the morning and see if they're willing to eat yet.
Uh, are you trying to give them the liquid Benadryl or the pill?
All we have is the pill. We don't have any of the
Okay.
liquid.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You may just have to. you know,
The lip
hold their
held
hold
open
their,
and shoot that shit down the throat. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. First thing I want to do is a friend of mine wrote a book and did his first book signing last Saturday. So I'm gonna pop up a picture of his book real quick. E.T. Here and Now, Believe It or UFO It. His name's Teddy Whittenbarger. Uh, so if you're into the the aliens and stuff like that, check out Teddy's book.
We went to school,
And
Teddy. That's how we.
yeah, I guess you've heard by now.
What?
Well, I'll just do it now. We lost Teddy Monday.
Oh. No, I
That
hadn't heard.
that's why I want everybody to go buy his book for the family to help pay for stuff.
He was a nice guy too.
Yeah, he was very creative.
I'm getting
Very
tired of all you
creative.
people dying on me.
Tell
Stop
me
it.
about it.
Yeah.
Well, he passed away Monday, and I was looking back at his post. Good Lord, he posted like 80 things on Monday.
Really?
Yeah, just
Wore
constant.
himself out.
And then, I saw that Jelana was saying, had posted that he passed away. So,
He was also into the horror and science fiction thing. So
yeah.
big time. Matter of fact, he was trying to do the revival of Shot Theater or something
Yeah.
like that. He was involved with it.
Oh, but yeah. So Dan, I hear you've been feeling a little below par.
I'd have to die to feel better.
Hey, there's
Believe me.
Hello.
Pops Van Zant. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Pops. Yeah. I took a vacation week this week so that I could do all kinds of stuff around the house. Hey, Chris. I got maybe 50% of it done. I came down. I was feeling poorly Friday, my last day at work. In between Saturday and Wednesday, I seem to have lost 20 pounds.
Dang.
And not on purpose. And I had a temperature of 103.
Good
And I've
Lord.
been taking stuff. And I thought maybe Tuesday or so I was over the worst of it and stopped taking the stuff. And today Lindsay looked at me and said, "You shouldn't have stopped. You're coughing worse than you ever coughed in your life." And I'm going, "No, honey, it's the same as I've been coughing since Friday. It's just you're home and you can hear it."
Yeah.
So a lot of that body weight that I lost is probably mucus that I have sneezed up, coughed up,
Yeah.
whatever. And I don't feel bad, but I don't feel real good either.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep you in the thoughts and the prayers and break you out a little more rum, get that blood alcohol up to kill the germs.
I haven't even touched the liquor cabinet the entire time.
That's
Strongest thing I've had is NyQuil,
yeah.
and about 3 shots of that every night after I turn the computer off, and I sleep real well.
Oh, that's right.
Versus-
NyQuil is stronger than Natty Light, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's stronger than Statesman. Hell.
Little bit goes a long way.
A little dab will do you. Yep.
Are you drink? Or are you drunk? Nope. I got a cold. My teeth are green. Merry effing Christmas.
Actually,
No,
I got the cherry pie formula.
I cannot do the green knuckle. I am sorry. No.
I like licorice. I was gonna get the green, and I go, hell, I feel bad. Let's just treat myself to the red.
Make your own.
The only time I can do the green NyQuil is if I actually have like a beer chaser.
Hey,
That-
whiskey, honey, lemon.
Howdy toddy.
well,
Works. Hello,
yeah.
Donna. Hello, Dawn.
And Chris, I got some news for you.
Or a nice stiff brandy.
Since yesterday, +5.
Oh, cool.
So that's a little breather. I don't know why they wait till
They love waiting to the last minute. You know, Dragons next week. So
That too. And well, I was in the military, so I never knew if I was going to be home to go to a convention or not. There was that.
I don't
There
think
was
we
that
got
one.
many.
There was that one Chattacon. I had tickets and everything ready to go, and some guy named Bush declared war in Iraq.
Well, he sent troops. Congress is the only one that can declare it.
yeah.
He can send troops, but they can't keep them there unless Congress approves after 60 days.
Well, they kept approving.
Yeah, they did. They did. They actually did declare.
And sadly, we made it worse over there.
Well, you know,
I don't know if we made it worse, but all the news media was there, so they made sure everybody thinks we made it worse.
well, like I said, they didn't think things through completely as they should have.
They never do.
No, because all they have are certain goals, and if those are met or accomplished, they don't worry about the rest of it. And
They
think
never
about the
they never come up with a decent exit strategy.
No.
And even when they do have a decent exit strategy, somebody goes and screws it up.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying anything about Trump and Biden. Hey, Afghanistan. Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, well.
It only took two
Yeah,
presidents.
let's not
to
get
do
into
that.
that. But let's just say that they don't always think things through and follow through with what they should have thought through.
There was this movie called The Siege. Bruce Willis playing.
Yes, I saw it.
And I love that. They got him in that briefing. The Congress people did. They got him in that briefing, and they said, "Tell us, General, why do you think we should go to? Why do you think we should use military forces for this?" And he goes, "I don't." He says, "Actually, I would give you my advice would be don't send in troops." Says,
Yeah.
We're a guard dog. When you let us off the chain, something's going to get hurt.
Yep. Absolutely.
Which, of course, that was psychological warfare because he knew that was exactly what they wanted to hear to make him the guy in charge of the whole operation.
Oh, yeah. They
Uh-oh.
enjoy that kind of stuff.
Where'd you run off to, Chris?
To what?
Where'd you run off to?
I am pouring a beverage and I didn't want to.
We still see you.
distract anybody by doing it.
Well, we're well past the first 3 minutes. Why do you think our intro's so damn long?
Yeah, really.
Well, I didn't realize I was going to run out soon. This has been fantasy football day. I've already had 3 different drafts today. Finished the last
And
one.
none of them had anything to do with football. But
No, I didn't even get into that kind of draft. But
oh, y'all might find this amusing. Took my mom to the hospital to get her test run. And walking, they have a courtyard in the middle of the hospital area, like a green garden. Sit out there, walk benches, stuff like that. Walking by, they've got these big tomato planters out there with the big net wire baskets around it, and tomato plants growing. Each one had a license plate on it. There was a Georgia license plate, a Tennessee license plate, an Alabama license plate. They were the football fan type license plates. Apparently, their competition is they all planted the tomato plant out there, and whoever gets the most tomato wins the pool.
So who's judging?
I have no clue, but that's we got there early in the morning, and that hospital was a ghost town. I mean, there weren't even that many employees there. I think I only saw 3 hospital workers the entire time I was there.
So you're saying on this little garden courtyard, one squirrel could devastate a team.
I don't think a squirrel can get in there because it's inside. It's surrounded by wall. It's a courtyard. It's surrounded by a 3-story building. So
Or birds.
possible.
But I wouldn't put it past a squirrel if they could smell a tomato.
Yeah.
I've got squirrels, rabbits, chipmunks. You'll love this one. A box turtle. Did I tell you that story?
No.
No.
Last year I had the tomatoes down the side of the house. I went out to pull weeds from around them. I reach in there and grab them. I look in, there's these 2 beady little red eyes staring back at me out of a reptilian face. Thought I was a snake. I thought I was dead. That scared me. All of a sudden, that snake, I looked a little closer. It's a box turtle. Big, beady, red, yellow, red-orange eyes. Apparently, I scared him as bad as he scared me because he turned around, tried to run away as fast as he possibly could. And it's like, run away.
Hey, I'll tell you, if you blink, a box turtle can go into warp drive.
They are stealthy little ninjas when they want to be. Of course, I like box turtles, so I didn't know what to. He ran away toward the front of the house, got in that big bush out in front of our house. And I don't know if he's out there there's a rabbit burrow and a chipmunk burrow in that big rose bush thing. So I don't know if he's out there in that sandy soil or if he's heading back toward the cow pasture, which bothered me because he has to cross the street to get to him. So I want to keep an eye out for him. Yes.
Greg found one of those little box turtles about this big.
Oh.
He said,
We
I
used to
want
go
to
out.
keep it. And I'm going, no, you can't keep it.
Back when I was a kid, we used to go swimming out at Chester Frost State Park. They got the big lake area, the swimming area. They used to have those little painted turtles all over the damn place. You'd find that. Then it just happened. We were out there swimming when the eggs had hatched or whatever. There must have been 100 of them in the water. All the kids were having fun catching them and playing with them, letting them loose. Like 150 kids going, Mom, I caught a turtle.
Put it back.
Yeah, exactly. About 300 parents going, put them back.
Well, there's some of the little turtles, if you can catch them, the state of Tennessee appreciates you not putting them back.
Which one is that?
The one that'll take your damn hand off.
Oh, the snapping turtles? No,
Yeah.
they don't. They actually, I think you can get fined now for killing the damn thing. Like, we used to shoot them with 22s when I was a kid.
We used to go to a friend's farm down in Ringgold, run a trot line across the pond, and have turtle soup that night.
They are good eating. If the problem with eating snapping turtle is putting them in fresh water for a few days and feed them like apple and stuff like that, you get all the mud out of them.
7 different flavors of meat.
I'm afraid to kill turtles now because we have rats, and I'm sure one of them's trained 4 or 5 of them to be ninjas. So. Hey, I used to live near Sequoia Nuclear Plant. Trust me, you don't want to mess with the turtles up there.
No. Mhm.
The two-headed turtles are not fun to fight off.
We had this one turtle. It had one foot hanging out where the head should be, and had a head where all four of the legs should be. So it was like a super snapping turtle. I'm kidding. That didn't really happen.
I can see Rich going, okay, there's a horror movie in that one.
Gamera is really neat. He's mostly made of turtle meat.
Oh God.
Oh,
What?
hang on a second.
Movie sign. Oh,
Just imagining if Gamera was anywhere in the South. So many people trying to get turtle stew out of that.
Rich, you have just come up with a movie idea. A southern version of Godzilla. Godzilla
Okay.
attacks Godzilla in Florida.
Nobody
No.
noticed.
No, Godzilla attacks New Orleans.
No, that's. Let's see, what's
All we
too
got to
much.
do is turn the cooks loose with a license.
that's Godzilla
Godzilla
versus
has to
Jacksonville.
do
There you
with
go. Godzilla versus Jacksonville.
Hey,
But you have to come up-
Jacksonville had a mass shooting today, so let's
Yes,
play
that's-
off of them.
In lighter news, I found something I have been searching for a while in this area discreetly.
What's her name?
Slush
Listen.
puppy.
Yep.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Is there still 7-Elevens in existence? I thought they
They're
disappeared with
making-
the
And we're
magic
getting
markets.
some. We're
They
actually
put one
getting
in
some
Ringgold.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
and we're getting some back. Apparently, there's going to be 2 more opening in the Chattanooga area.
They're open. Amnicola Highway by Chattanooga State and North Gate in front of the old Toys R Us.
Oh, son of a bitch, that hurt.
This was actually in
Oh,
California.
you got a stash hair hung in a can.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep. I know that feeling quite well.
They didn't even have to explain, just coming back down. Son of a bitch, that hurt. Oh, we
Yep.
know what happened.
Yep. That's what lets me know it's time to trim the mustache. Among other things.
We just had a 7-Eleven open up here in town a few months ago. I miss slush puppies.
Well,
Lemon
Here's
lime
the
slush
thing.
puppies.
I didn't notice if the one in Ringgold on Alabama Highway exit
Yeah.
had one. This was actually like at a BP station in Calhoun off Redbud Road. Rich, for those of you who aren't aware, 7-Elevens used to be in this area, but they got bought up by Golden Gallon.
Well,
Which-
we had a bunch of 7-Elevens up here, and then they disappeared for a few years, and they've been making a resurgence up here too. So,
Okay, well, here's the deal. Golden Gallon got bought out by Kangaroo Express. Kangaroo Express got bought out by Circle K.
And Circle K has been selling off stuff left and right. Just they're not pulling out; they're just selling off some of the ones they don't like.
Yeah.
And apparently,
Well, I actually saw a brand new Circle K at the Redbud exit as I was getting on.
yeah, they're pulling a Walmart. They bought all these gas stations, turned them into Circle K's,
Mhm.
and now they're building brand new Circle K's and getting rid of the old ones.
Well, the new ones look more like the racetracks and the quick trips.
Right.
This newest one did. Because the old ones are small, they have horrible bathrooms, and they should have been bigger in the first place.
We've got one right near where I turn off the highway to go to work. It is a like an overnight truck stop. They got a big truck parking lot and a convenience store size store. When it first opened, it had a fantastic restaurant tacked on to the side. Had some of the best barbecue. Oh my! I would stop there just to get a barbecue sandwich on my way to work, and that sucker wouldn't last the 15 minutes it took after I clocked in before it was actually time for me to start working. I mean, this was good. And then it was no longer a Kangaroo, it became a Circle K, and the restaurant was gone,
Mm-hmm.
and they used it for a storage room. They still had all the stuff for the truck drivers, but nothing for the public. And now it's just sitting there going, why are we not popular anymore? All the cool kids are going to Arby's.
One of the things I want to do if I win an obscene amount of money is I want to buy a franchise of Circle K, build the Circle K, and then right outside put a red telephone booth with a burnt out umbrella on top of it.
Strange happenings are afoot at the Circle K.
Whoa, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. No, I've never seen that movie.
Yeah.
I still say the Bill and Ted 3 should have been Ted comes back to save Bill from some
Military school.
rough gang or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's really John Wick.
Ooh. I can just see it now. Dude, what happened?
College.
Rich is just going.
There was, there is a fan theory that Ted from Bill and Ted's, his father kept threatening to send him to military school.
Yeah.
There's a fan theory that he did, in fact, get sent to military school and turned into John Wick.
So the mental image I have is all of a sudden Ted pops out, starts kicking a bunch of ass, looking all John Wick, and then just looks at Bill.
Yes, indeed.
That would be
Wild
awesome.
stallions. One day we're actually going to have to learn how to play, dude.
Do you remember the scene where Ted's got that whoa look on his face? Have you seen the meme where it says, "What if Han Solo, frozen in carbonite, dreams were of Indiana Jones?"
Oh, I just saw something the other day. I don't know if it's true or not, and if it is, it's so freaking adorable. It's not even funny. So apparently, Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford were having an affair.
Yeah.
And Mark Hamill didn't think they were having an affair. He just thought that they were such good friends that they were just spending the night at each other's houses because they were such good friends.
Yeah, that's kind of Mark Hamill's charm, as he really was Luke Skywalker at the time.
But the thing is, it depends on exactly where in Mark Hamill's lifespan that came to light. Because if it came to light when he was a little bit older, I could see him laying it out with just the perfect amount of sarcasm that people that fluently speak sarcasm would get it, but someone who is kind of clueless to
Yeah.
his sense of humor would think that, oh wow, he didn't get it.
I love the interviews they did with him where he would do his Harrison Ford imitation.
Yeah.
And he was like,
That's hilarious.
because
I
the
don't
one I
sound
loved
nothing
the
like
most
I don't
is where
sound nothing like that kid.
he was doing his Harrison Ford imitation. And Harrison Ford goes, I don't sound like that kid. And Luke Skywalker did that part of the imitation that I don't sound like that kid. And it's
Well, the thing is, when they're watching The Empire Strikes Back after it's finished, or after they've done the scene where he's in fighting Vader, he says, "No, I am your father." Like, y'all didn't tell me about that, kid.
I couldn't. Of course, when it was filmed, David Prowse said, "No, Obi-Wan killed your father."
Yeah,
Mark didn't know until after the scene was shot. It was in the can, down the road, and it was in editing when they told him that it was changed. He's like, "What?" And you can't tell nobody.
What?
No.
and he had fun trying to keep it from Carrie because he's talked about there's telephone, telegraph, and tell Carrie
Yeah.
Yeah.
because she can't keep a secret to save her life.
Well, Tom Holland's the same way with Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, they don't tell him nothing anymore.
Well, they don't tell him anything with Avengers either because he let something slip about Avengers.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
He's let a couple things slip about Avengers. He's fucked up screwed up a couple times. Sorry.
All he gets
It's been a long day.
All he gets is his lines.
Yeah.
He doesn't get the script.
Yeah. Well,
I love watching interviews with Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, and them just start ripping on Tom Holland.
Yeah.
But the second that anyone else tries to rip on Tom Holland, they'll turn on him or turn on whoever's ripping on Tom Holland like two big brothers. Like, you said, what about my little brother?
Yeah. Well, Tom Holland's a perfect Spider-Man. I'm sorry. I like him way better than Tobey Maguire.
I think the three of them worked very well together.
They all did a good job.
I think the three of them worked really well together and mixed the different timelines together quite well. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, I think they all did very good for the scripts that they were given.
Yeah.
And I just think that, honestly, Tom Holland had the best scripts.
Well,
yeah,
I just thought he did an excellent job of mixing the teenager. Tobey Maguire seemed a little, to me, he seemed kind of dopey.
Yeah.
Well, Tobey Maguire was a better Spider-Man than he was a better Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was a better Peter Parker than he was a Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Holland strikes
the perfect balance.
The difference perfectly, I would say.
I don't think anybody could say it better. And there, you could say the same thing about Batman actors. One was the best, absolute best at the Batman. Another one was the absolute best as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. I thought Kilmer did.
And then you get
Michael Keaton,
Conroy, who was the best voice.
Yes. Yeah, it's he by far was my favorite. But again, it was voice.
Yeah,
I think Kilmer did the best Bruce Wayne.
Who?
I thought Val Kilmer did the best Bruce Wayne.
Who?
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, Batman Forever.
I like Kilmer's.
And I thought he did the best Bruce Wayne.
I like his Batman better than I liked his Bruce Wayne. I like Clooney's Wayne better than I like Clooney's Batman. And again, I think Keaton struck the balance.
Oh, he
Of
was
He
great.
both.
struck the balance between the two. Yeah, that was the watermark that everybody else had to shoot for.
Oh, Deadpool 3, Ed Norton is back as the Hulk.
Oh God.
Oh, good grief! This is going to be something to see. Hello, Dawn.
Hello.
It's almost the end of the show.
No, it isn't.
Deadpool is going back and correcting the timelines.
Oh my! Oh no!
Again?
You know what that means, don't you?
What?
He'll have to do a cameo as the Green Lantern.
It's DC, not Marvel.
No,
Hang on a minute. No, you know he's going to do it.
No,
it's
no,
Ryan
he-
Reynolds.
he
You know
did
he's
that
gonna-
in the last
I'm just going to pull my eyeballs out now. Hang on a minute here.
No, he did that in the last one. There was, Ryan, what's his name?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds was sitting there reading the Green Lantern's script, and he shot him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
See,
You'll thank me later.
You'll thank me for this.
They need to have like Deadpool going through his closet. He pulls out the Green Lantern suit, puts it back, and keeps going.
Actually, if it weren't for the script, the Green Lantern movie would have been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, he did an excellent job as Green.
There's nothing wrong with Ryan's acting in that. The script was
Yeah,
not.
it was horrible.
It was like 3 edits away from being good.
Well, as I told people,
I thought they only did 2 edits for a movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
They needed another 3 to fix that one.
Yeah, they
Depends on
made the
script.
government agents too stupid. Using Parallax as a villain was a horrible choice because
Yeah, that was way too early.
and they made his human contact creepy as hell. And the Green Lantern Corps was awesome. I mean, Tomar being played by Jeffrey Rush, Mark Strong did one of the best Sinestros I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Michael Duncan Clark is Kilowog. I mean,
It's
could you
hard.
ask that any better?
To
No.
find a role that Mark Strong does not do well.
Yes,
He is
but
one of those
he
individuals
was
that
born to play that role.
you've
It's
got
just like
some
Ryan.
you've got some actors that are awesome heroes. You've got some actors that are awesome villains. But you've got very few that strike the balance and can do both well. Jeremy Irons, Jason Isaacs, Christopher Walken,
Yeah.
and Mark Strong is definitely one of those.
Yeah.
Now, strange enough, Mark Strong was in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Played Jim Prudhomme, who was one of the main. He was the spy that got shot and captured early in the film.
He was also in crap.
I am also watching.
Mars.
I'm also
John Carter.
going back and rewatching the 1979 edition of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy
Mhm.
with Ian Banning is playing the same Jim Prudhomme character.
Yeah.
Which I'm curious to see. I can't remember it that well, so I'm going. It was a mini series on BBC, so I'm going back in like 7 parts.
And Chris brought up John Carter.
Yep, he was in it.
He played a villain. didn't he?
Yep.
Well, I'm just saying that was another movie that was not given its full due.
No, it was
Of
released during a regime change. They did not market it well.
They
and
did not market it at all. They did not.
And the bad part
proclaimed that it was by the creator of Tarzan, which would have, packed the
Yeah.
seats.
and the other thing they did
And
they
it also came out with the Avengers. So it lost a lot of revenue to the Avengers. Now,
And
I got to
they
see
should-
it
They
at the
should have put it
drive-in,
out at a different time.
the double feature, the Avengers and John Carter.
and they complained
would have
about how
been
much
good.
money they put into it. And the bad part was, if they had gotten several of the John Carter stories together and did it like Lord of the Rings, we filmed 1, 2, 3 all together, they could have spread their losses out across 3 movies.
Well, actually, if they just told people they were making the
No, that
bloody
would have
thing
helped it.
and put it out at a different time of year,
That should have definitely been a Christmas movie.
it definitely should have been a more widely recognized and better received movie, because I've
John
Carter
watched it
stayed-
time and
I
time
think-
again.
I think it should have been a November release.
Yeah.
A November release, it would have had a lot better numbers. As for summer release, it's contesting against so many summer blockbusters. It's not even funny.
Well, like I said,
Um,
you had a regime change, and the new guys didn't want the old guys to look good. So
Yeah, well,
And honestly, I love it. It's not the best movie in the world. I watch it 2 or 3 times a year, though.
yeah.
but
I won't say
yeah.
I rewatch it as often as I watch Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is a much older movie for a different audience entirely. But
and I don't know if he was in the first one, but I know Mark Strong was prominent in the second Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
He was in both. He played.
You,
He played Merlin.
I couldn't remember how much he did in the first because the second one was so much fun, especially when they got
He
drunk.
was their version of Q. He invented all the gizmos.
he had a lot more screen time in the second one than he did the first one.
Yeah, that's what stuck out in my mind.
And he was my favorite supporting character in the entire Kingsman series so far.
Yeah.
I'm just upset at what happened to the character. But you know what? And actually, it's the Kingsman and the Kingsman 2 that have me put him in that bracket of he's an awesome hero and he's an awesome bad guy.
Yeah.
If you saw him in
Because
The Imitation Game, he played. I'm going to pronounce the name wrong. Menzies, who was the head of MI6 during World War II. He was basic. That's where they got the letter M from in the James Bond series.
that's the one that Benedict Cumberbatch was in, right?
Yes.
Imitation Game. Okay,
Yes.
I haven't seen it. It's on my to watch when it comes to the streaming services I have.
If you ever get a chance, watch it. He plays a spy over all. He's basically, they've got an admiral played by Charles Vance. Game of Thrones played
Charles Dance. Yeah, Charles Dance. He's another one that I think does a great hero or a great villain. Very rare that you see him as a good guy.
Yeah.
You normally see him as a bad guy. He is excellent in Dracula the Untold Story.
He's also excellent as Sardo Numspar in Golden Child.
And as the Doctor in Alien 3.
wow, I haven't seen Golden Child.
Oh crap! He's also in Last Action Hero.
Yes.
Oh, and don't forget,
He's the guy with one eye.
he was also the patriarch of House Lannister in Game of Thrones.
Right. It's Tywin Lannister. And he played the World War I general. The King's Man He was
Oh,
in
I haven't
that.
seen
He
that.
played.
I haven't seen that one yet.
See it. It's pretty good. He played. The famous British general that was in all the posters.
Montgomery?
No, World War One.
Oh.
Always had big mustache. Always had the hat on, and was like,
Yeah, I can't think of him because all I can think about is Blackjack Pershing.
Lord something.
Mountbatten?
No, World War One.
Okay.
He was on all the posters.
Oh, wow. Mark Strong was in Revolver, Zero Dark 30, Stardust, the Russell Crowe version of Robin Hood, Rock and Roller, Guy Ritchie
That's
film,
right. He was Secundus in Stardust.
and of course he was in the Shazam movies.
Yes. I'll be back in a second. Misty went to bed, so I want to check on the dogs because she didn't lock them up yet.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
back
go
in a
check
second.
the dogs.
No.
Yeah, go take care
Yeah.
of them. Well, dang.
So, Dawn, you've been awfully quiet. We've been talking about things you're not interested in, I'm assuming.
No, I'm just annoyed by the lighting situation in his house tonight.
We had another celebrity death today.
Bob,
Yeah, Bob Barker, 99 years old.
Good Lord.
He made it to 99 without going
Going
over.
over 100.
Yeah.
Got close to 100 without going over.
Not going over.
and I
If
do
you
like the
like-
Kingsman. It's been a few years since I've seen it, so I'm trying to make
And
my
if you
brain
wanna
go.
if you want to honor Bob Barker, spay or neuter your pets.
Yep.
Yep.
I think I've honored his wishes many times over.
Oh, John, you didn't see our new addition to the family, did you?
Yes, you showed it off Thursday, silly.
Yeah. Well, we gave her full name. It's
I saw.
Bobby Catherine.
Mhm.
Or
You only
Catherine.
posted on Facebook.
Yeah. Bobby
Yeah, I saw
Catherine.
it.
And you know me, there's got to be a joke in it somewhere.
Uh-huh.
What's the short versions of those names?
Bobcat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitchener. That was the damn general I was trying. Charles Dance played Kitchener.
Okay.
And Dawn likes the cat's name even more now.
Mhm. Is that the foundling that?
Yeah, that's the one from Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's if she's 6 weeks old, she's just barely 6 weeks old.
Yeah.
Where's
I bet Donna had a fit over her.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. He was not a lord. He was an earl.
Yeah.
Earl Kitchener.
Where's Bobby? I want to see Bobby. Where's Bobby?
In there somewhere. I'm gonna kill her. She's in this room somewhere and I can't find it.
To check your chair.
Yeah, I checked the chair.
Are you sure it was her?
Yeah.
She's just a baby kitty cat.
I know it's kitten shit. You can tell the difference.
More runny, isn't it?
I don't know where it's at, but I can smell it.
Yeah. When the odor gets in it, it's pretty bad.
Oh shit, I'm too tired. I want to go to bed.
Well, the damn people on Thursday night went to make you get out of bed in the middle.
Do
Thank
what?
you, by the way. Those damn people Thursday night went to make you get out of bed.
Yeah.
Well, that's because somebody hit a internet line.
That's what Dan
Yeah.
wants us to say. No.
Hey, at least it let me come back in the show without having to
Yeah.
restart it. I mean, good grief. I count that as a minor miracle.
Yeah.
Given my internet and how much I pay for how little I get.
Yeah. Good
I'll
old
tell you.
Windstream.
I'll tell you, if I ever lose my internet, we're in trouble.
Yeah. You only have some of the finest local internet anywhere.
In the nation.
I said anywhere.
Oh.
That meant the continent.
Oh. Shit. I'm ready to go to bed.
You know, I went and mowed today for an hour and a half.
I'm glad I got my yard mowed 2 days ago because it was a whole lot hotter today than it was Thursday. So,
Yeah, well, the weather here is calling for highs of 82
hey,
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
dawn is no longer orange.
Yep.
I know. I was trying to not have to turn that light on, but now that. Well,
And thing is, tropical storms coming in Tuesday.
Oh, lovely. Well, my main thing is, and I got to go over a little bit, but I got the worst of it. So I won't have to mow next weekend.
we
What is?
broke our heat today.
Oh, that's
When
right.
we got up, it was
Next
Labor
weekend is
Day.
Dragon Con.
Well, it's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
So
this morning it was in the 90s, and now tonight it's in the 70s. So we're finally breaking our heat.
nice.
And I'm not going to outside this year.
Yeah.
So that's a plus.
That'll help the pocketbook, wallet, whatever you want to call it.
You won't have to worry about that squirrel that keeps getting your Triscuits or whatever they were.
Oh, no, that's up at Harrison Bay, and it's a freaking raccoon.
I got him. I got him.
You little bastard. I mean, it's one thing he shook the box at me, but when he opened it out, pulled one out, and showed me he was gonna eat it, that was enough. Yeah, that's when the entire campground thought I'd lost my mind.
Well, it would have helped if they didn't think that before that incident.
I started to say, was that the first time they thought you lost your mind?
Well, that's when they knew it.
You had it to begin with?
So now, not long after that, they started putting dumpsters, and you had to carry your garbage to the dumpster
Mm-hmm.
at a central location.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frickers know how to open the damn dumpster now.
The squirrels ate our garbage can. I had to make little packets of spicy stuff so they would put in our garbage can.
Plastic garbage cans.
The thick, heavy plastic.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same squirrels that threw a walnut at George, our cat that passed away, when he was on the deck one time. Our squirrels are assholes.
Most everybody's squirrels are assholes.
We don't.
But these are super assholes.
They're tree
Yep.
rats. What do you expect?
They're
Hey,
Sorry if you guys heard that. Well, Bella's a lot more alert, but either her or Bucky had an issue in the hall. So I don't know if you just heard the really loud whirring noise. I was running the rug shampooer over the area since it's bloody. Wanted to make sure it didn't set into the carpet.
Oh,
Were
But
you able to
Use
put
one
Benadryl into a
drive.
slurry at all? I'm just trying to think of some of the tricks that we did when I was at the shelter. Make slurries, and then you'd have to basically syringe it in and be like, "You're taking this whether you want it or not."
oh.
I can try in a little bit. Um,
You know, a Benadryl will fit in a 22 caliber air rifle.
actually,
You're swallowing that one.
Straw. It'll go down a straw too.
so we don't have Benadryl per se. We've got Zysol, and that's the size of the Zysol. It will probably fit in the CO2 pellet gun I got from
I would double check with
my
the
father.
Zysol since it's a different chemical makeup.
But I would be afraid of
Air bubbles.
well, no, I'd be more afraid of the velocity that it coming out doing damage to their esophagus.
That's when you use a straw.
Yeah.
Or peanut butter.
Make sure that doesn't
Well-
have xylitol in it.
No, we buy one that doesn't have anything in it. It's
The thing is,
Buy a jar of air.
they don't want to eat anything. Like I said, we've got some doggy aspirin, whatever, and it's liver flavored, and they eat that like it's treats, and they wouldn't even put their nose towards that. So
Ugh.
I'm thinking give them a little bit more time, let their stomach settle a little bit more. You know, probably in the morning, I could probably go ahead and put it in with their dog food, and they'll probably eat it if they're hungry in the morning.
Yeah.
But they're a lot more alert. Their breathing is good and strong. They're moving like they said nasty things about Mike Tyson's mother in Mike Tyson's earshot. So it's, you know, it'll be what it'll be.
Yeah.
But they're seeming better than when they came home just shy of 4 hours ago. And they're light years better than they were right after they got stung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
an
there's no
oatmeal?
lasting damage.
Have you done like an oatmeal bath or anything like that to try to soothe their skin?
The closest thing we had, because we don't have any type of stuff to give them a proper like oatmeal bath or anything like that, is when we were still at my dad's house. I used a little bit of actual people shampoo on them to try to get some of the blood and stuff off them, so that, you know, they were a little bit more comfortable and a little bit less stinky. And yeah, they needed a bath because the water was gray. I'm like, okay, we really need to give you guys baths more often.
What about
But
soda?
I gotta see if we have any baking soda in the house.
Same thing. I'm sorry. I'm just
Yeah.
brainstorming
No problem.
crap when we're done.
Yeah, like I said, it's right now they're more sore than anything. Tomorrow on our way back from church, we'll probably see if we can pick up some dog shampoo that's got the oatmeal stuff in it for skin issues and stuff like that. And like I said, tomorrow I told Misty tomorrow we'll probably have to give them another bath because if we manage to get them locked up in the kennel tonight, if they have issues, they're going to be in it, so they're going to need to be clean. But they're seeming a little better. They're not wincing when we touch them or anything like that. I don't see too much external swelling. The big issue right now is, at least, Bella stopped throwing up. So, we're out of the woods as far as that goes. She was looking pretty drunk when she came home still. And now she's a lot more alert. She actually walked down the hall and into Misty's in my bedroom when I went to tell Misty what's going on. So she's a lot more alert. Bucky's still kind of a bump on a log, just kind of laying in the bed. But he actually tracked me with his head as I was walking through the front room, which he wasn't doing earlier. So, we're hoping that if they're not out of the woods, because I doubt they're out of the woods yet, they're at least getting closer to the edge.
The light in
The
the
good edge of
tunnel's
the
not a
woods.
train.
Sorry, what was that, Chris?
I said the good edge of the woods.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, we're hoping that the light at the end of the tunnel is not a train.
All right, guys, I can't do it. I'm done. I'm getting old. I got to go to bed at midnight. Turning into
Stick
a
a fork in
pumpkin.
you.
I'm starting to turn into a pumpkin.
All right.
You need to take a nap in the day so you can do this.
Oh yeah. Well, it's been a madhouse around here today. Oh, and it looks like Donna's probably going for an MRI next week, and will probably be cut on in the next few weeks.
Ouch.
Rotator cuff.
Oh, Lord.
No bueno.
Yeah. Rich,
Spurs or tear?
that MRI is going to have to look at it. There's nothing showing on X-rays.
Yeah, I definitely know how that feels. I'm still, well, I've almost got the range of motion back now, so, but I haven't really been doing the levels of PT I really should.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, hopefully, it goes better for her than it did for me.
All right, I'm turning y'all loose. Last week y'all had a bit more fun without me, so I'll let you go again.
All right. Dawn's in charge.
No. Don does not want to be in charge.
Keep the taco talk to a minimum, and we'll be all right.
Oh, wow.
Actually, that's probably what I'm making for dinner tomorrow night.
No, I didn't go there. I ran there and jumped all in it and stomped around a little bit.
Tacos.
So you finally watched the episode, huh?
No.
He tried to jump in like Evil Knievel and.
All right. Good night, y'all, because she's already in there in the bed.
See you.
And she's messaged me, come to bed, so I'm going to bed.
All right, go to bed.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
Take it out.
Good night.
Feel better.
All right, now that he's gone, what do we do?
I
Start
don't know.
talking about tacos.
Well, that we can't talk about tacos.
No,
I
he
did
just said keep the
make
taco
myself-
talk to a minimum.
We
did make
can't on
myself
this
another-
show.
I did make myself another quesadilla for supper tonight. So
We can't talk about it on this show, but there's another show following this one.
Well, he didn't say don't talk about it. He said keep it to a minimum. I work for lawyers. I look for the loopholes.
Yeah.
get out of my head, Rich. Get out of my head, Rich.
I do too.
Although I've been really good at finding loopholes since I was like 8.
Well, if you're bored and you're told you can't do something, you look for any ways around it that you can find.
I know what we can do. Richie could show us what he got in the mail today.
Uh-oh.
Nobody said what Joey showed yesterday, did they?
Ah, nice. Life on Cora.
Is that the one that we're in?
Uh-huh.
Mike Jimmy's.
That's Mike
The
Jimmy's little
one-
baby.
The one that all the names are in is the
The 24-hour comic book.
right, which he was not able to get into this. And I can't remember the name of the
The character's name was Prue.
yeah, I don't remember the name of the story though.
I'll have to see if he sent those. So he hasn't sent those out yet, or
That wasn't going to be done as a physical yet. I believe he sent us all the link to the PDF. Though.
My copy came today as well. I have not opened it yet. I wanted to show it to my wife.
Yeah.
And she
I
has
can't wait
been
for
very
that.
busy with the church ladies this weekend, and she's kind of disgusted with the.
And I did happen to see your post, Dan, about the taco house.
About the what?
The taco house.
Taco stand, yes.
Taco stand, whatever.
Yep, they had parking.
Yep. And
in the back lot.
Nope,
I have to ask.
right up at the front door.
even better.
What a good taco will offer.
I think these might be a decal or something. They feel different. I don't know.
Okay, folks, I'm going to do something, and I will be back in a few minutes.
He's gonna go make a taco. He is a stream with the audio only.
No, I am not going to make a taco.
He's going to eat a taco.
No, I'm not going to eat a taco. There were no tacos involved tonight.
Okay, he's going to eat a fajita.
No.
Donna like fajitas.
No, actually, there was Chinese involved earlier, or Japanese involved earlier tonight. So that was consumed well before stupid o'clock. So there is no evidence.
There will be soon.
No, don't run through me like that. All right, I gotta get some ice. I'll be back.
Okay. He's going to go get a piece of ice.
Oh dear.
So hopefully, like Jimmy shows up on Last Man Standing.
And it is the weekend, so he might just.
Yes.
Whom?
Damn it, medicine don't wear off.
You're supposed to take commercial breaks so that you can go take more medicine.
No, I'm only two
That's
hours
how news
into
people do it.
I'm only 2 hours into a 4-hour dose. I can't take any more right now. We'll be having to call 911. Um,
Or AA.
No. Nope. AA does not cover um, the little mint flavored pills that have. Ooh, boy, it's the decongestants that are in these. That is. Let's just say my blood pressure is not where it's supposed to be, but it's happy. And I can breathe, which is unusual for this past week.
Oh,
Um,
speaking of happy, apparently there's an Owen Wilson movie out there where he plays a Bob Ross pastiche. I can't
I've
remember.
seen an ad for that. I don't know what it is.
I can't remember the name of the movie to save my life right now, but he's got the Bob Ross fro. Oh, I'm looking at that. I'm like, I don't know if I want to see it or not because I don't know how good it's going to be. But it's either going to be excellent or an excellent train wreck or meh.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent train wreck or excellent. I'm on board. I'm on board for it. Just meh. I've got a lot of meh movies in my library that I can watch. So I mean, but
It's one of those things where you don't know if you really need to see it or you don't dare not see it.
um, I don't remember what I was watching when I saw the ad for it. Um, I think I might have been watching Prime or Freevee.
Ah, I saw the ad on YouTube, so
Um,
I don't remember where I saw the ad, but I did see something about it.
I'm kind of bummed that the machine is not coming to any of the streaming services that I still have anytime soon. Because we were talking about Mark Hamill earlier, and of course he plays the dad in The Machine.
uh-huh.
Hey, he was also in the Kingsman.
Yes,
I was interested in it. I just had to. Been like I said, quite a few years since I've seen it.
There was
yeah,
there was a time a couple of months ago when I could not watch a YouTube video without seeing the ad for the machine.
yes.
And it's a shame that YouTube changes their ad profiles so often. But then again, you get to see things that you did not know existed unless you keep up with every movie that's coming out.
Sadly, YouTube plays a lot of the same ads for me, even when I go block ad. Because it's like, I don't feel like playing that game. And I actually find the ad offensive. So just stop showing me the damn ad. Show me ads for games that I like. There's plenty here.
Yeah. One that annoys me is, can we please get a special dispensation because we already use StreamYard?
You should be using StreamYard. Tell you what, why don't you send that to my StreamYard account?
You know, I'm fine with the StreamYard commercials. It's like Hero Wars and Top War, and
Yeah.
there's a shooter thing where you aim the weapon so it bounces off the walls and hits the target and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it's that I just find those annoying as hell. You know,
Yeah.
I played Hero Wars at one point in time. I don't like it. And then there's other games where it's like, I've played that game. That's nowhere in the game. You know. Oh, I
Gameplay.
I watched a interesting movie yesterday. Yes, for me it's still yesterday. For you guys down south,
It's tomorrow.
it's the day before yesterday. So apparently, in the early 2000s, there was a movie called I-60 or Interstate 60.
Okay.
And it has Kurt Russell. It has Anne Margaret. It has Gary Oldman. It's got Jason Marsden. It's got Amy Smart. And it has one of the last times I think Michael J. Fox was on the big screen. Maybe not the last time, but one of the last few times. And it's a humorous movie, and it's very, very interesting. And Gary Oldman plays a character named O.W. Grant, stands for One Wish.
Okay, that's a whole bunch of stuff, right?
was that?
Christopher Lloyd was in it.
Christopher
He's a
Lloyd was
whole
in it
bunch of
too.
stuff. Doesn't he? Like, needs.
Gary Oldman doesn't, but there's another character that, yeah.
Okay, but
So
so that is the movie I was thinking of. Okay.
Yeah, I actually saw that bit posted somewhere in from some feed or another, and I'm like, that's interesting. So I had to go through and find out what that was, and then found out that all those people are in it. I'm like, I've got to watch it, and it's free on Tubi. So and it's a very entertaining flick. And it's OW is very much a Dungeons and Dragons dungeon master. You give your wish, and he's going to find a way to screw with you, unless he likes you, and then he'll play it straight. And there's a lot of people that made their wishes, and oh god, they got so hosed. Michael J. Fox being one of the characters that made a wish that ended up probably better off if he wouldn't have made the wish that he made. But yeah, a very entertaining movie.
Despite the all-star cast and Academy Award-nominated writer and director, this went direct to video.
Yeah, Gary Oldman's another one of those actors that's really good at playing good or bad guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. He is definitely up there with one of those that he's great either way. And the thing I like about his character in this movie is he is both.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's a hoot.
I'm reading the trivia for it on IMDb, and in the scene with Christopher Lloyd, when he's in the 13th floor office, there's a clock behind him that reads 10:04, which is the same time frozen on the clock tower in Back to the Future.
They had to get that reference in there somewhere with both of them.
Of course.
I love those Easter eggs.
With Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox, they had to do a Back to the Future reference. Yeah.
I love those kind of Easter
You,
eggs.
you know what I would love to see them do a Back to the Future reference in? A Star Trek movie that went retro back when Christopher Lloyd was a Klingon.
Yeah, that's it's
I would love to see that. It probably won't happen, but I would love to see it.
what
Actually, go ahead.
there was that Deep Space Nine episode, Trials and Tribulations, where they went back in time to fix the Tribble episode from the original series.
Mhm.
And it was one of the best Deep Space Nine episodes because it was really done well. I cannot begin to tell you what all they had to do to mix the two Star Treks to get this thing to look as
And
good.
then someone ends up asking Worf, "Why do the Klingons look different than you?" We don't
Yeah.
talk about that.
We don't
We
talk
don't
about
talk
that.
about that.
We don't talk about that with outsiders.
But what I would love to see is, because I hear rumblings every so often that they are possibly going to do another flavor of Galaxy Quest, whether it's a reboot or a sequel or something along those lines. If they do that, I would love to see them do the Back to the Future reference in that, because of course the aliens were talking about the historical records
Mm-hmm.
being the old TV show.
Yes.
Well, according to your historical records, if you've got 1.21 gigawatts and 88 miles per hour, you can go back in time.
Hey, John,
Yes.
you got ops on this, don't you?
Yes.
You remember the original Battlestar Galactica episode?
Yeah.
I mean,
the
series.
movie.
don't you?
Yeah, the original
Well,
movie.
the movie, the series, the whole bit. Do you think you could find a sound clip of Lucifer saying "by your command"?
I do not know if I am technically proficient enough to actually. No, wait, that shouldn't be that hard. It's StreamYard. It's easy to put sound. Hang on a minute. Let me see.
It's Jonathan Harris. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
There ought to be sound bites of Jonathan Harris all over.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know who Jonathan Harris
Sound clips
was,
various by your command net gallery. Let's see here.
Oh, the pain.
Let's see here. Imperious leader. Oh, anything's possible. Lucifer till the garrison. Lucifer, by your command. Here we go. Oh, this plugin is not supported. What?
It's QuickTime.
See, what is it? It is a. It doesn't file name. It's a wave. I should have it. See, make sure I got the sound turned on and everything here. I don't see any sound controls.
Good night, Donna.
All right. Good night, Donna.
Good night, Donna.
Night, Donna. Feel better.
Oh, here's an MP3. Hang on a minute.
Good.
That's got to be. Come on, there's got to be. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to turn up some volume. Y'all hold your ears.
All right.
It is not terribly loud in MP3. Let's see. I wonder if I can. Why is it? There's a wave. I wonder why it wouldn't do wave.
Didn't you?
Oh, I see why. You have to download a picture of the controller to control it.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not. Apparently, the MP3 version works. Let's see. if it'll let me download this. Let's see. I do pictures all the time.
I'm surprised it won't let you do a video clip of him saying it.
Well, I didn't. Let me see what I
He
asked.
didn't actually search for a video clip.
Yeah.
I would assume so. I told it just general search, and I picked this one because it definitely had sound clips.
Yeah.
Sound clips various. Maybe Battlestar Galactica was too far in the past for them to actually have video.
Don't know.
Let's see. Well, I'm on. It keeps sending me to it keeps sending me to movies like Prince of Darkness and
Because of Lucifer, okay.
Supernatural. So,
Yeah.
let's see here.
Maybe you can put it by find it by putting original Battlestar Galactica by your command.
Let's see what I put. Well, actually, I didn't put Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Star. Oh wait, hey, it kind of popped up. Maybe it knows what I'm looking for. Let's see.
See, this, ladies and gentlemen, is in the audience, is what happens when we fall down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to find it on YouTube the other day and I couldn't find it. And it was driving
This
me up.
one makes you bigger. This one, wrong rabbit hole. Never mind.
Really Wabbit. He's in. I thought Rich would at least get in on that one.
What, the last great rabbit?
Duck season.
Sorry, what?
Duck season. Duck season.
Oh, okay. That
Rabbit
season.
season.
Rabbit season.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever hear the comedian Mark McCullum do Heavy Metal Fud?
I'm a wabbit swayer and a guitar player with a nasty habit. Kill the wabbit.
Yes, that's it.
That one?
Yes.
No,
First
I
time
don't
I
think
ever saw him.
No, I never listened to Dr. Demento as a child.
Robin
Or a
Williams
young adult.
doing Pointer Sisters doing.
I used to have a soundbite of Elmer Fudd singing Blue Christmas.
I've got the song from the John Boy and Billy #6 CD where it's Porky Pig singing Blue Christmas.
Every once in a while, I'll start singing.
Actually, I think
Believe
there
it or
were
not,
both of those existed.
in Elmer Fudd's voice. That reminds me, I need to annoy my niece Jennifer.
Sorry, John, I should have asked you about that.
Her nickname when she was a baby was Elmer Fudd because she looked just like Elmer Fudd. She got so pissed off when we started using that on her when she was in high school.
Yeah, I can see why.
And I was like, I'm your godfather. You can't say a damn thing to me about it. This is a payback for all those dirty diapers I had to change.
Did she say she was going to get you for that?
No, she strung together the F-bomb and a few very unique phrasings. And actually, the family held up scorecards, and we gave her usually pretty much 9s across the board. Although I think the Russian judge only gave her a 7.5.
Which probably further increased her ire at the Russian judge. Speaking of Russians and not actual Russians, I believe it was today, possibly yesterday, that was the anniversary of Ivan Koloff's death.
Of the what?
Of Ivan Koloff's death.
The Russian Klingon dude who was a wrestler.
Yep. He was in World Championship Wrestling for a number of years.
I don't even watch wrestling, and I was able to figure out
I
both those
could not.
references.
Every video I find of Lucifer saying that, he's in a clip with Baltar saying
Yeah,
that.
well, he normally says it to Baltar in reply, which is fine, but
I can't just find the clip, so I'd have to.
if you've got a short one,
If I had an editing program and I could pull that out.
yeah, it would be awesome, but you don't.
Yes, Don. Don't.
Everybody makes fun of the title. I can make them fun of
I didn't.
the short one.
Didn't say anything. I was agreeing.
Been a long time coming. Yes.
Everybody else gets a little pick on now and then.
Oh,
So, Chris, you're just looking for the audio clip for yourself, or?
I just wanted to play it on here so people that weren't familiar with it could hear it. Love his way of saying it, because the actual Cylons is so robotic.
and
Except for Lucifer.
He had that
Yeah.
nice baritone.
Of course, he's an IL 9000 series. So.
Correct. You know what's funny is somebody actually bought that head. And I actually found a video of it while we were talking, where the guy had it in the collection. It's voice activated.
You've got to be very careful about buying head.
Wait, just go to a head
Especially
shop.
voice
Pale is just way
activated.
too high.
And
The
illegal in
value
some
added-
places.
The value-added tags alone would eat you alive.
Any head shop.
But yeah, I tried to find it on YouTube, Rich. I could not find it. I found all the Cylons, the silver ones, the golden ones, everything but Lucifer.
Well, I just found the soundbite. I just can't figure out. He doesn't have anything on there that I can click on to download it. It keeps wanting to download images of the thing you click on. Hang on a minute. I'm going to bring that back up and send it to Rich. Rich might be able to tell me what the hell I'm looking at.
It's a possibility.
It's a web page, John. It's a web page. That's what you're looking at.
Thanks, Dan.
Look, we're on a mission, man.
Dan needs to get one of those Crimson Navy outfits and show up at the convention as Captain Obvious. Because he's got the look for it. Okay.
Yeah. If he just had a little more pepper in his hair, but other than that, he has got the look down.
Yeah, well, ain't no way to put pepper back. I mean, it's all salt now.
Yeah.
Rich, I put it in private chat.
All right.
Oh, Lord. I shall return.
It doesn't play very loud, so apparently it's not a very good recording. And I can't figure out how to download it. Where'd Dawn go?
I don't know. I headed for the bathroom and she disappeared.
If Dawn's internet dies, does that make her Dawn of the Dead? There she is.
Oops. I hit the wrong thing.
Wrong button. Yeah, we do that quite often ourselves. I've almost done it tonight. Fortunately, it throws up a thing. So, are you sure you want to leave the show? Cancel.
No, mine just goes bye. There I go.
Apparently it doesn't like the idea of somebody with admin powers leaving the show. So. Anyone else, it doesn't care about the peons. Bourgeois proletariat.
Yeah, peon. I went to Rockville today. That was kind of fun. Rock mineral gems. Possible. I like going to
I
those.
forgot to go out and pick my okra today. I went out and watered everything because of how much rain we haven't gotten lately. And went out and watered everything. I was very proud of myself. I was going to go back and later and pick the okra. Okra grows like an inch a day. I don't know if any of y'all familiar with it. And you got to get it. There's like this 24-hour period you have to pick it at to get decent okra. If you miss it by a day, it turns into a stick. If you get it too early, it's just small and rubbery and doesn't fry up good.
You want it small and rubbery.
Hmm?
Nothing I say.
The small and rubbery ones are good for pickling, though. If you like little pickles, Don.
They don't have pickles in tacos generally.
Fried okra tacos. That's doesn't sound half bad, but that's
Perhaps they would go better on tostadas.
burritos.
Yeah. Put them in there with the tater tots.
Sausage
Hi,
gravy.
Dan. What's the matter, Dan?
Don't give me puns. Please don't give me puns, especially when we're live and I can't. I mean, Friday night it's fine. I can actually.
Fritz Beeger sign, not last man standing.
I can actually unleash a few of the things that come to my mind on Friday nights. No, not even there.
What was that famous line from Master and Commander at the Far Side of the Earth?
You must pick the lesser of two weevils.
And he told him, a man in pun and pick a pocket or something. It just I have you now.
Yeah, that was really low volume, and I didn't see any way to turn it up, John.
But
I
it's
did
there.
check it out though. But yeah, it's there.
The first laptop I bought, that Toshiba, had Media Center on it, and it had all sorts of editing software.
Yeah.
I think they sold me the wrong laptop. Actually, I think they gave me somebody's movie making laptop. Steven Spielberg was pissed. Let me tell you. Where's my damn laptop? I gotta make Star Wars.
Did you get it in Atlanta?
No, Chattanooga.
Okay. I'll start to say if you picked it up in Atlanta, it could have been somebody that worked in post production's laptop. Because there is a significant movie presence in Georgia.
Yeah, I had an interesting time in an airport explaining why a bunch of the compact disc in my laptop case had things on them like C4 and how to properly employ plastic explosives and things of that nature.
Yeah, I bet that rose all kinds of interest from people you didn't want interested.
Well, I used to, They used to have this guy at the airport, and you'd show up, and the first thing you do is you check out. Check your rifle on their luggage. Don't even bother. I've got nitrates all over that duffel bag. I'm a light combat engineer. I probably cut C4 on that duffel bag at one time. He said, I got to do it anyway. And he rubbed it on the thing and said, yep, positive.
Purification.
Well, that was actually the joke. We were sitting there talking about it. That was actually a joke. He said, I wanted to see what a good positive looked like. Says, oh, what was it? Jeff Dunham used to do the joke about how he would, because he's a ventriloquist and he's working with the dummies all the time. He started using hand lotion because it makes it easier to work all the controls and not, if you're and getting because he keeps working with all these puppets and they're 3D printed. Some of them are.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got his hand up inside these plastic heads and stuff like that. It's rubbing his hands raw. So he was using hand lotion.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out the guy came by, did the nitrate swab, and whatever the hand lotion was he was using showed up positive on the nitrate swab. Now I want to say, I bet it was Neutrogena.
Mm-hmm.
The name sounds like it might involve nitrate somehow.
Possibly.
I'm not sure if it's just a commercial name or it's actually like one of those chemical names that they've Hollywooded to make it sell better. Looks like the people that invented C4, the United States called it C4 because it was composition 4. It was just a mixture of these two explosives. And the stuff that goes in it is RDX, which is research developed explosives. Yeah, original titles. What did the British call it? Cyclonite.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
What was their logic for that one?
That was how they were going to commercially sell it. So apparently, well, they developed it with the Americans, and they had to license it basically. So they figured if we're going to pay for a license, we're not going to license two different names, one for the military, one for the civilians. We'll just pick one name, and everybody gets to use it. It's like a World War I. We were fighting the Germans, and Springfield basically copied the German Mauser rifle that the Germans were using because it had the best action at the time.
Yeah.
The Germans sued Springfield Armory for copying their rifle design. And after the war was over and the armistice has been signed and all sorts of stuff like that, they had to pay Mauser compensation for using their rifle design. Several $1 million. I can't remember what.
Yeah. And that really was a lot of money back then.
Yes, that was, considering you could make one of those rifles for $20. Yeah, that was a lot of money back then. Of course, now you try and find one, they're $1,500.
Yeah.
For a 100-something-year-old rifle.
And it's still one of the best bolt action.
One of the best 30-06s ever made.
Yeah, really. It's a wonder that they didn't go with a John Browning design, but then again, John Browning designed an awful lot of very, very good firearms, but
they went with a lot of his stuff. He's not hurting money. Yeah.
I mean, he designed an awful lot of really, really good stuff, but he's not the only one that ever came out with a good idea.
In World War II, the government got Winchester to hire John Browning to design weapons for the military. Well, being a creative thinker, he didn't do very well in the industrial setting at the Winchester factory.
Hmm.
They built him a house, and he just said, I can't wrap my mind around all these problems because I'm not comfortable here. And they said, what can we do to make you comfortable? I want you to build me an ice skating rink in my living room.
Dang.
Yeah, he didn't like working for Winchester, by the way. They took him seriously, and they built him an ice skating rink. In the house they built for him, they built an ice skating rink in his living room. And when he was having trouble wrapping his head around a problem, he would walk down to the house, put on his ice skates, and just ice skate around in circles in the living room while he was thinking. You can find pictures of it on the internet. Matter of fact, I may find one.
Oh, there was somebody else that got a major award from another company and wound up had a pipeline from the nearest brewery right to his kitchen.
He I can't remember. He was a physicist, and he won the Nobel Prize for physics. And the town was so proud of him for winning the Nobel Prize, the local brewery installed a tap in his house and gave him free beer for life.
Now that's the Nobel Prize. Well, it's a hell of a lot more valuable than a gold medal you wear around your neck.
All right, computer. Anytime you want to catch up. Oh, crap. That
Sorry.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Those were all Cylons.
There's Jonathan Harrison there.
You played the whole slideshow.
No, I think we got 20 seconds, 27 seconds left.
Where did it save to?
Was it? Oh, wait a minute. Was it Browning or Grand? It had to be Browning.
Yeah.
I think I found it now.
So now there should be a clip to you, Chris. That is apparently I accidentally dropped the full thing, not just the the snippet I cut out.
Did Rick robot or is my internet hiccup?
Everybody's internet hicked up on that one.
Yeah. They haven't released the Cylon yet.
You know, if I go to the product folder.
And yes, I can hear music in the background, so I'm not to dance with that. I'm not just like.
trying to think.
Okay.
There's a scene with Baltar and Lucifer that stuck in my head.
I think I saw it on YouTube, or I think it was YouTube just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a compilation of
Yeah.
so many by your commands. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Well, you know, the funny
And then
thing
I brought up Audacity. Well,
if you've been in Hartsfield Airport, the people mover trains that they have it taking people from different concourses to other ones throughout the terminal. Used to, it would have an automated voice, and everybody would think it was the Cylons. I'm like, no, it's not the Gold Cylons. It's the Gold Command one's voice. There is a difference in the voices. It's a little bit lower, and it's maybe just a hair slow.
yeah, I had to rip the audio from the YouTube video and then use Audacity to isolate that 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, thank you, Rich. I appreciate that because
From the original one I sent, it's roughly 11 seconds to 12.5 seconds is the first time
Yeah.
you get the Jonathan Harris by your command. But he says it like 3 or 4 times in that clip.
yeah, and I just love the cadence and the inflection that he put in the way he said it because he had one of those. He's one of those guys that has a great voice for narration. When I think of people that have great voices for narration, I think of John Huston, Angelica's father.
Mm-hmm.
He narrated the animated version of The Hobbit, and Jeremy Irons is another one that has an excellent voice for narration.
Yes.
And
I hate to say it because he is a creepy bastard who deserves being in prison, but
yeah,
Ed Kemper has an excellent narration voice too. Edward Kemper.
Okay, I'm not. Name doesn't ring a bell right off the bat.
The co-ed killer.
Oh,
He actually does book narration in prison now.
wow.
And he kind of hopes that he stays in prison now because he's afraid that if he ever gets out that he won't be able to not do what got him in prison in the first place.
Yeah, or somebody finds him and does him in before he can. But Morgan Freeman's another one of those that has a great voice for narration.
Yes.
And there's a number of others, but they're just escaping.
Gary Oldman's another one that I would say would have a great voice for narration as well.
Yes, he does as well. Jeffrey Rush does.
With somebody, or were you just trying to go? It's me. It's me.
Oh, I actually have narrated a few things, and I think I've got a great voice for narration. I just promise I'll never use it for the dark side.
Like,
Unless
Too late. Yeah.
John is not here to back me up on that.
they really do have cookies.
Chocolate chip.
Give them the really punching power.
Oh. All right, John. 2 minutes. Time to.
Aw.
Yeah.
Time
wow.
to touch the face of God.
Well,
All right. Well,
I sent him on the mission, and that took up more time than I intended.
That's all right. That's all right. We
well,
found our way to the other side.
thanks for making thanks for making us part of your Saturday evening viewing pleasure.
Yep. It was fun, folks.
It was fun.
We'll be back Thursday night.
Will we? Again, we just did this last Thursday night.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
I felt it was safe to give them a warning.
It's a vicious cycle.
It's like we had a Thursday last week. Probably have one next week.
No warning.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh, I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
Did not get away with it. Fuck.